And I would say my first taste of racism, I'd had to be in the 5th grade. It was through the teacher. It was through the teachers. You could just sense being treated differently from everyone else in the class. It was only 3 black boys in the classroom. I still remember the name. Me, Shamari, Marcus. The only black kids. And we would definitely get treated differently. Now the first time I had the harshest bit of racism was in the 9th grade. In the 9th grade, we was on a basketball team. We just won our first game, and it's real hype in the back of the bus. And the kid named Chuck Kelly, we were fighting in the back of the bus, like play fighting. And Chris Hooper older than me, and Chuck Kelly, he was like, "Yeah, get that nigger," and spit in my face. And I blacked out, and we know what happened. I'm D-Well. But that was the first. That was, and then I would believe when I was around 17. I was 17. It was by a sheriff. I had got and I was doing a lot of stupid stuff. I stole a dirt bike from the police impound. We used to just steal bikes from the police impound for fun. And I rode it all the way out there. I seen the cops, so I got off in it. And the first cop, he was real cool. He was like, can I just, but now thinking about it, I was profiled. As soon as he saw me, he was like, "Hey man, can I check your dirt bike out? Just check the VIN number." Back then, I didn't even know what he was talking about. And plus, I knew I stole it from a pound. So, it's not stolen from out of here.
Yeah.
But it was stolen from out there. Come to find out. The second comes up because he can't find the VIN number. He finds the VIN number, he calls it in, and I mean immediately, as soon as they say on this radio that it was stolen, gun to my face. I'm 17 years old. I'm like 100 pounds soaking wet. It's like, yo, I don't have no weapons on me. I have a freaking stolen dirt bike. I thought I was gonna die. Like, I was terrified. I knew not to move too fast, and I remember completely going limp. I just fell straight to the ground. Like, I wasn't gonna give any reason to shoot me at all. I had to fall. Like, I fell to, like, you would have thought I got paralyzed. I was terrified. I was terrified. Like, not just a gun in your face, but being able to look down the barrel and actually seeing the bullet.
How has that experience shaped you and made you feel?
Sadly cautious. Cautious, overly cautious. Cause Chuck Kelly, like, we was cool. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we had issues or anything. He just was randomly racist out of nowhere. Like, where'd that come from? Where did that come from? To where we celebrated, and you spit in my face on me. So now the process is, any one of them could do that. You know, any one of them could do that at any time. Yeah. What's happening at home? Is there a facade that's being put on? Is there a mask? You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I communicate, or when I approach, or when I try to do life with somebody outside of my race, are they faking? Will they have a moment to where, they're angry and they're upset and it truly comes out? You know what I'm saying? So it had caused me to be overly cautious. When it came to police, it was just like, oh, that's what it is. It's us versus them. I remember as a child, like in elementary school, I wanted to be a cop. If it didn't stop before then, it stopped then. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's definitely life changing. It's traumatic. And sometimes, like, even now, like, I'm around the cops all the time, but still overly cautious, because I still look like, you know what I'm saying? If you didn't know me, I look like the thug. I look like somebody, a criminal. You know what I'm saying? And that's because it's a narrative that's already been put out. So you're always overly cautious. I remember I had even one time, It's Black History Month, right? And I'm at church, and somebody said to me, why should we celebrate Black History Month? Like, I think that's so dumb. We celebrate Black History Month, and if we had a White History Month, it'd be like, it's not even about that. It's like, it's a whole bunch of insensitivity to where I'm like, yo, here we go again. Now I'm in the Christian sect with one of my white homeboys I don't labor with, who I don't worked out, and then what are you talking about? Are you serious right now? You know what I'm saying? So it's always cautious, and like, I want to do life with you, but I also have to be cautious. You know what I'm saying? Because it's little things. It's always little things. But at the same time, like, as who I am, like, you gotta push through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta push through it. Why? Because I first of all, I know who I am, and second of all, because I'm secure in Christ. You know what I'm saying? And I have to love be feeling. So it's a war at all times.
Yeah. So let me stop you there. And I know some of it is just your dialect. It's just the words that you're saying, because you keep saying, you know what I'm saying, at the end of your statements. But here's the deal. I don't.
Right.
And what I mean is, when you say a statement like, oh man, like when you say a statement like, I gotta keep moving, or I gotta push through it. Like, I actually don't know what you're saying, and I get emotional thinking about it, because, and I don't need to sit on this, but like, that's the crux point right there. So to you have a moment where you have to push through. To me, I had a different experience, because we had a different starting point.
Have you ever heard somebody say to you, go back to your own country then? What? I was born here. It's two different Americas. It's two different Americas. It's white America and it's Black America. There's no in between. There's no gray. It's white America and it's Black America. And when it's wartime, it's wartime for white America, right? But in Black America, it's always wartime. It's always wartime, whether we're overseas or over here. If I painted you my color and sent you out, like, you can ask kids, like, yo, everybody wants to be part of the Black culture when it's up, when it's lit, when it's fun. You know what I'm saying? They'll even rap the songs. Yeah, I'm killing you, I'm shooting you, smoking my in your mama. But when it's time to be Black, don't nobody want to be Black. I gotta take my hoodie off when I drive, bro. I gotta take my hoodie off when I drive. You know, I feel like a criminal when I put on a mask. I feel like, oh, they're gonna look at me like, oh, I'm about to do something. And it's like, yo, they don't want that. Nobody wants that. But everybody wants to be the Migos when it's time to, you know, dab a wrench. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be Black when it's time to Millie rock. Everybody wants to be Black when it's time to do the woe. But when being Black counts, they don't want no parts of that.
If you could have a conversation with your son, and if you could look him in the eyes and tell him something that you felt like was hopeful about the America that you see, or about the future that you see, and again, not just like wishful thinking, but if you could look at him today and give him an honest assessment of where we are, but where you think we can go, what do you think you might say to him?
Raising a Black son is so scary, bro. Yo, my mom called me yesterday crying, bro. She thought I was downtown, bro. She called me crying. Cause she remembers me getting guns pulled out on me. She remembers me getting shot. You know what I'm saying? She remembers all of this. And it's crazy because that the only hope I could give my son is the hope like of God. Like that's your only hope, dog. That's your only hope for me to see right now. For me to physically be able to see. You know what I'm saying? And that sucks, bro. That sucks, bro. Because now you gotta teach him to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Leaving the house, you gotta be careful. You gotta move a certain type of way. And that sucks, bro. Because it's like you can't be free. You can't be all the way free. And that sucks. Because you have two opposing sides. You don't have to just worry about being black at the wrong time, but you also have to worry about being black all the time. And it just sucks because it's nothing you can say as far as to you can say what you want as a hope. Like I hope that we can all get along.
Right.
But bro.
Well, dude, thank you for sharing that. I mean, that's beyond emotional to finish with. But I love you, man. We're finishing up on the time, and there's nothing much to say. But I love you. I appreciate you.